Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, like this video. That helps me to keep making videos, and I would appreciate it majorly. So there's a missing 5-year-old in Logan, Utah. Logan, Utah is about 80 miles north of Salt Lake City. It's near the Iowa border. And she's been missing since Saturday. At 2 in the morning is when she was last seen, and she was actually last seen with her uncle, who was visiting Friday evening into Saturday, and he was last seen at the same time. The details under which how she and he were last seen is not revealed in the reporting. So, but they were both, reported missing, I believe, around that time, or she was, and her mother told the police he was missing at that point too, but he had been there earlier in the evening. They managed to locate him later it's Saturday around 3 p.m. and arrested him basically on a probation violation, from a previous outstanding warrant or something like that. I'll get to it in the for felony theft, driving under the influence, I think lying to law enforcement, something like that. I'll get to the specifics of that. But they arrested him, and he is being named, he is their main suspect, and he was found with articles of her clothing on his possession, but not her. I think he was talking to authorities, but has pretty much since become, I think, fully uncooperative at this stage. I believe that's the reporting. So, we're basically, not quite 48 hours into her missing, but getting there. It's at about 40 hours, something like that. And she remains missing. They've spent, obviously all overnight, all the night Saturday looking for her, and they continue to search, and they've widened the where they're searching. She lives. Um, Here's a map of Logan, Utah, right here. Okay, and they've sort of pinpointed the search area and asked for the public's help in looking at surveillance video, Ring doorbell videos, asking neighbors to look at their own and see if they can't see anything or spot something that happened overnight, in a specific location. Here's Logan, Utah, and they're asking for people to look in the southwest section, and they actually, they narrow it down to from one block to the next. I'll get to that in a second. So she lives at around, and it's hard for you to see, I'm sure, at around 400 West, which is right here, and 100 South, which is right here. So I believe she lives in this area, and they're asking for the public to look between 300 South and 600 West, which runs here, okay, and here, from 300 West to 100 North. So I believe in this area is where they're asking neighbors to check for any surveillance that they might have, Ring doorbells surveillance of the previous night, around 2 in the morning, of anything that, or even if items showed up in their, in their yard, and they're asking them to immediately call law enforcement, don't touch it, etc. But the girl, Shelley, Elizabeth Shelley is her name, is still remains missing. And in this article, they're saying it's basically changed from a, it's the situation is not looking good at all. Officers are considering the situation highly suspicious, and they are transitioning their search from a rescue to a recovery effort, and feel like they no longer need the public's help. And then over here in CNN, the Logan City police captain, I believe he says that this isn't going to end well. It literally, he uses those words. I was kind of surprised. Not as a Budge, who's the police captain, told CNN the case is not going to end well. In a post on Facebook, Logan City Police called Whipple uncooperative. This is Alexander Whipple, the person who's the main suspect, who's been arrested, called him uncooperative and said the FBI and local agencies have been working to finish search warrants and follow up on leads. They said they could not release all details relative to the investigation, but that the search for Elizabeth was ongoing. they basically say to the public who's asking for more information that they just don't, the public doesn't know everything that they know. And there's a reason for that, for their investigation. The most recent post is the one here that I was showing you that basically pinpoints where they want neighbors to look at any surveillance they have, and that's the most recent post from 2 hours ago, and very quickly today, additional search and rescue support has been called in from several other counties. The search has been expanded to Hiram area, and we continue to work leads that have come forward. We now have over 200 individuals assisting in the search effort. As a reminder, any residents in the area between 300 south and 100 north and 300 west to 600 west. So again, I believe this is 300 west. I'm fairly certain that this is, so this is 500 west, 400 west. This would be 300 west. I have that right. From here to here is 600 west, and from 300 south to 100 north is up here. So in that circle there, in that square, excuse me, is where they're asking people to, they're asking residents in that area that have video surveillance, including smart doorbells, please check your videos and cameras specifically for the hours between 2 a.m. and noon on Saturday, May 25th, this weekend, this Saturday. Please report any suspicious activity to the non-emergency dispatch number 435-753-7555. Please do not call 911. And it continues. All those posts are there, and the stuff will be linked in the description. So they continue to, search for the 5-year-old girl, but it's it just is not looking good. And he's in custody. He was arrested. So Salt Lake County court records show Whipple had a warrant issued for his arrest last month for violating his probation. In January 2018, he was convicted of felony theft, failing to stop at the command of law enforcement, and driving under the influence. It seems that law enforcement has used his outstanding warrant as a way to take him into custody. Alexander Whipple, the uncle, 21-year-old uncle, who is the main suspect. They name that in the reporting, and but they've used this as a way to take him into custody until they investigate further. So far he hasn't been charged with any of the serious charges that could follow. But she remains missing, like kidnapping and whatever else. If she's found not alive, obviously it would be murder. Possibly, very possibly. So he has a Facebook page, and I was checking it out before. There's a number of photos of him and where he's playing guitar and so forth. This is his Facebook page, definitely. And, that's pretty much the situation there for now. The public, I think, has been asking for more information, and people on Facebook are, wanting to help and things of that nature. But they've said, we know there are many who want to help, and there are some who think they are helping by posting their concerns about the perceived lack of details of this investigation. They do not have all the information because we cannot release everything pertinent to this investigation. There are many agencies in a coordinated effort working around the clock and will continue to work until she is found. We will update Facebook as information becomes available. I know during the search from 2 a.m. to the time that they located him, Alexander Whipple, at 3 p.m. Saturday, and took him into custody, they were using canine search units, and he had some items of her clothing in his possession. I'm sure they used canines with that as well, and that might have indicated something. I don't know, though. But, obviously it's just not looking good, and that's pretty much the story there for now. All right, well, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I will see you in the next video. Later, man.